The United States has long, for many, many years, established intelligence that allow us to interdict and stop drug boats. And we did that. And it doesn't work. Interdiction doesn't work because these drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo. They bake it into their economics. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them. He blew it up. And it'll happen again. Maybe it's happening right now. I don't know.
On Tuesday, the United States government blew up a boat in the Caribbean. The strike killed all 11 people on board. President Trump says it was a Venezuelan drug boat. Marco Rubio said it as well. But the administration has so far offered no proof, nor has it said what authority the president was using to strike in international waters. One former senior law enforcement official told the New York Times the move was simply extraordinary. Quote, "In all of my years of doing this, I've never seen the U.S. military say, okay, this is a drug shipment, and then just blow it up." Joining us now, national security and Pentagon correspondent for the New York Times and MSNBC political contributor Helene Cooper. Paul Rieckhoff is still with us. So, Helene, Marco Rubio is arguing that this is the only way to actually get them to stop, is just by blowing them up. What are you hearing inside the Pentagon about this?
Hi, Katie. Thanks for having me. It's been almost a little surreal. Yesterday, there were many people at the Pentagon who expressed concern to us. And then there were some people who were like, this is what we need to do. This is a war on drugs. This is, we declare war on poverty, war on drugs. Let's make this kinetic, and kinetic is sort of the word that President Trump himself used when he described the strike. But at the same time, there's some caution being expressed by some other Pentagon officials because, for one thing, they still have not been able to articulate what legal authorization they're using for this. This is, several Pentagon officials suggested that the AUMF, remember back in after September 11th when Congress passed that authorization for the use of military force, is being now stretched to say that drug dealers are terrorists, and that's a very wide stretching of that authorization. So there was a little bit of concern at the Pentagon about that. There was so it's just, but this is the direction that this administration has been very determined to take the United States military. It's getting much more involved all around in more of what critics say is a political type of agenda. So this is just another one of them. It was a pretty extraordinary move, though. And it's really interesting, though, that Pentagon officials say that this could be just the start, that you could see more. You could see them going after higher value targets where you might see special operations troops climbing into boats and taking those people who they hope they might not necessarily kill them, but they're definitely talking about blowing up the lower value people as a statement of force.
Have they, is there a plan to offer proof? Are they telling you, Helene, just give us a few days, we're going to have a paper on this? What is the plan to prove?
It was so strange yesterday, Katie. Getting any kind of information right now has become like pulling teeth. The sort of briefing that reporters normally would get, and where the Pentagon would put forward, talk about the operation, talk about the legal justification. We're not getting any of that. Several officials said that they were trying very hard to at least put out a statement that would explain what the legal justification is, but nobody is talking about offering any kind of proof that the 11 people allegedly who were on board this boat, which the military has been tracking for more than a week. Nobody was talking about offering anything to show, any proof that shows that these people were transporting drugs. You've seen how the narrative has changed. President Trump said they were coming to the United States. Secretary Rubio said they were going to Trinidad. Then Secretary Rubio changed his story again and said, no, they were coming to the United States. So there's a lot that we don't know at this point. The only thing we do know is, we watched the video that President Trump put out, that black and white video video that shows a boat. You can't tell from the video how many people are on the boat. There was some skepticism at the Pentagon yesterday that that boat could fit 11 people. And why would you put 11 people on a boat that's transporting drugs? Wouldn't you want to create as much space for the drugs that you're transporting? Then there was a suggestion, too, that this could have been a boat that was carrying immigrants. So, there's a lot we don't know at this point.
Yeah, Secretary Hegseth just addressed this a moment ago. Let's listen.
We knew exactly who they were, exactly what they were doing, what they represented, and why they were going where they were going.
How do you know?
Why would I tell you that?
Can you clarify
We have
something?
plenty of ways to determine how we know who is who. I said we smoked a drug boat, and there's 11 narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean, and when other people try to do that, they're going to meet the same fate.
Paul?
It's alarming, it's unprecedented, and it's dangerous. And it's the latest example of how Trump continues to overextend and abuse military power. I think it's maybe the most important and one of the most underreported stories in America right now. He keeps pushing the boundaries to places we've never been before. And let's flip it a different way. Not only did they kill 11 people, allegedly, they put American troops at risk. American troops could have died, right? And anytime you put American troops at risk, you owe the American public an explanation as to why. There is absolutely no accountability right now. There is no transparency. And there's the old saying, first send the country to war, then send the troops. We keep sending the troops first without getting the country behind them, whether it's National Guard deployments in Washington, D.C. and Chicago, or strikes like this. And we are going into literally now uncharted territory in terms of accountability and authority. And they're going to keep going, because there is no backstop. There is nothing stopping them, and they're going to keep going.
Oh, gosh, I agree. I think this is one of the biggest stories out there, if not the biggest story out there. I'm so happy that you were here to talk about it. Helene, I'm so grateful that you could come on and bring your reporting and give us the firsthand count of what it's like trying to cover the Pentagon right now, because it sounds, it sounds interesting. I'll put it that way, put it diplomatically. It sounds interesting. Helene and Paul, thank you so much.